Hi everybody, Steve here in San Diego, California at El Camino Cemetery, and I'm here this morning to visit the gravesite of actor Milburn Stone, who played Doc Adams on the very popular and very long-running TV Western Gunsmoke. I'm guessing a few of you are fans of Gunsmoke. It ran for 20 years, from 1955 to 1975, and Stone was in just about every episode. I think there were around 500 episodes, and he was a part of the show for the entire 20 seasons. Did any of you watch the show from the beginning? 1955, that was a long time ago, all the way to 1975. That would be kind of cool to know if any of you have watched the entire 20 years worth of episodes. This cemetery is located just about 15 minutes or so north of downtown San Diego and just 5 to 10 minutes east of the beach and ocean. During the past year or two, a few subscribers have suggested that I visit the final resting places of the cast members from the TV show who are laid to rest here in the Southern California area. So I want to give a shout out to John Saunders, Melissa Jameson, and Craig Talbot for suggesting that I do this. And Craig Talbot's aunt was actress Gloria Talbot. She appeared in dozens of movies and TV shows over the years, and even appeared in 3 episodes of Gunsmoke, but wasn't a regular on the show, so I'll wait and visit her final resting place in a future vlog. During his long career, Stone appeared in around 150 movies, but he'll probably always best be remembered by most for his role as Doc Adams on Gunsmoke. Stone died from a heart attack at the age of 75 in La Jolla, California, which is not far from the cemetery, on June 12, 1980, just 5 years after the series ended. And he's laid to rest here in the Vista del Lago section. As you can see, his gravesite is right here in front of the pond on the right-hand side after you enter through the front gates. The other cast members that I was able to find are all laid to rest up in the Los Angeles area. The first cemetery is a few hours north of here, and I'm going to head there next. The next 2 cast members are both laid to rest here at Forest Lawn in the Hollywood Hills. One of them is right here in this section, this first section that you see as soon as you come in through the gates on your left-hand side. And I was here a year ago, and I looked for an hour or two trying to find this gravesite that I believe had a GPS and was supposedly, I thought it was going to just take a few minutes to find. I thought it was going to be a very easy one. Never could find it, so I thought I'd come back and try again today. So let's go see if we can find his gravesite. A few months after I was first here, my friend and fellow YouTube vlogger Big Bill Anderson was also here, and he was able to find the gravesite that I was looking for. Watching Bill's video definitely made it a lot easier for me to locate it today. So thanks, Bill, for helping me to finally find Glenn Strange's gravesite. Fans of the show will remember that Strange played Sam Noonan, the bartender. In addition to his long-running role on Gunsmoke, he also appeared in more than 75 movies. And something I didn't know until I watched Big Bill's vlog was that he played Frankenstein in 3 different movies in the 1940s. Frankenstein movie buffs will remember him in The House of Frankenstein, The House of Dracula, and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. And that's the entrance gate right there, straight ahead. Strange died in Los Angeles at the age of 74 from lung cancer on September 20th, 1973. Before he took on the role as the saloon bartender, the role was originally played by actor Bert Rumsey. Rumsey died on July 6, 1968 in Woodland Hills, California at age 75. He's laid to rest up in Northern California in the city of Lodi, which is near Sacramento. The second cast member laid to rest here at Forest Lawn in the Hollywood Hills is actor Suge Fisher. And to find his gravesite, you enter through the front gates, make the very first right-hand turn, and then drive up to the top of the hill until you reach the Beloved Hope section, which is on the left-hand side. This is a smaller and newer section here in the cemetery, up at the top of the hill, and right back here it just dead ends here. So his gravesite is pretty easy to find. But I'll still pan around so you can get a better idea of what the section looks like and where his final resting place is actually located. Over the years, Fisher played a number of different roles on the show, as did many of the other recurring cast members. He's also pretty well known for his recurring roles on other popular TV shows like Bonanza, Daniel Boone, Laredo, The Wild Wild West, Cimarron Strip, and the Beverly Hillbillies. He was also a member of the Sons of the Pioneers, a singing group that was featured in many of the Roy Rogers serials. He died in Woodland Hills, California at the age of 76 following a long illness on March 16, 1984. About 15 minutes north of here, in the city of North Hollywood, is Valhalla Cemetery, where 3 more cast members are laid to rest. So that's where I'm headed now. As many of you know, over the years I've been to this cemetery many times, but this is the first time I'll be visiting someone buried in the section surrounding the very large fountain. The first cast member I'm visiting here is actor Eddie Firestone. Like Suge Fisher, he played a number of different roles on the show. Firestone died from heart and respiratory failure in Sherman Oaks, California at the age of 86 on March 1, 2007. This is a cremation niche garden area where ashes are buried here in the ground. And it's kind of small, so I don't know if you can read it, but his epitaph says, "I'm okay." He certainly has one of the best locations in the cemetery right here by this beautiful fountain. As I pan around, I'll tell you about a couple of other actors from the show who are no longer with us and sadly have no final resting places for fans to visit. Actor Ken Curtis, who played Festus on the show, died from a heart attack in Fresno, California at the age of 74 on April 28, 1991. He was cremated and his ashes were reportedly scattered. Actor Burt Reynolds played Quint on the show, and he died from a heart attack in Jupiter, Florida at the age of 82 on September 6, 2018. He was also cremated and has no final resting place to visit at this time. And here's another look at Eddie Firestone's niche before I move on to the next cast member buried here in this cemetery. Actor James Nusser, or Nusser, was another regular cast member who played a variety of characters on the show over the years. His gravesite is located to the left of the small fountain in the very large section I. And as always, I'll pan around so you can get a better idea of where his gravesite is located within the section and within the cemetery. Nusser died in Hollywood, California at age 74 on June 8, 1979. And I wasn't able to find any cause of death listed online. Another actor who appeared regularly on the show in a variety of different character roles was Rudy Suter. He died in Reno, Nevada at the age of 85 on June 9, 1991. And like Nusser, I wasn't able to find a cause of death online. His Find a Grave memorial page says that he received a non-cemetery burial somewhere in Nevada. He was also a well-known country music singer, and I believe he even performed occasionally on the show. The next cast member laid to rest here is over by the exit gate. Like Gloria Talbot, who I mentioned earlier, he only appeared in a few episodes, but since he's right here in this cemetery, I thought you would want to see his cremation niche. Actor William Tannen appeared in more than 200 movies and TV shows during his career, including a few episodes of GUNSMOKE, but he's best known for his role as Deputy Hal Norton on the 1950s Western TV show The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp. According to his Find a Grave memorial page, his ashes are interred here in this columbarium wall, 2 rows down from the top and 2 rows over from the right. But unfortunately, weather and age has tarnished most of the plaques, and because his is so high up, I'm not able to really get close enough to read his name. Tannen died in Woodland Hills, California at the age of 65 on December 2nd, 1976, and once again, I wasn't able to find a cause of death listed online. Actor Dennis Weaver played Chester on the series, and like so many of the others, he was cremated and has no final resting place to visit at this time. He died from cancer in Ridgeway, Colorado at the age of 81 on February 24, 2006. And I'm sure some of you also remember him from his later TV series, Cloud, which aired from 1970 to 1977. Actress Amanda Blake, who played Miss Kitty Russell on the series, was also cremated and her ashes were reportedly scattered. She died in Sacramento, California from liver failure at the age of 60 on August 16, 1989. The star of the show, actor James Arness, played Marshal Matt Dillon. He's laid to rest in the Great Mausoleum at Forest Lawn in Glendale, which is about 20 to 30 minutes southeast of Valhalla Cemetery. The Great Mausoleum is no longer open to the public, and I know in the past when I've mentioned this, so many of you have commented asking me why it's no longer open. I don't know for sure, but since this is one of the most famous mausoleums in the world, my guess is that they probably are just overwhelmed with tourists and had no choice, especially after singer Michael Jackson was interred here. But it's still pretty impressive to see just from the outside. The chapel section is open to the public, but they don't allow any photos or videos inside. Arness died in Brentwood, California from natural causes at the age of 88 on June 3rd, 2011. And while doing a little research for this vlog, I discovered that he was the older brother of actor Peter Graves, who starred on Mission Impossible. I had no idea before, but now I do see the family resemblance. And I'm happy to say that some of the cast members are still alive. Roger Ewing, who played Thad on the show, is now 78 years old, and Buck Taylor, who played Newly, is now 82 years old. And before I forget, there's another subscriber who I want to thank today. About a year or so ago, Stephanie Womack sent me these photos of the final resting place of actor Dabbs Greer. He played storekeeper Wilbur Jonas on the show, and he died from kidney failure and heart disease in Pasadena, California at the age of 90 on April 28, 2007. He's buried at Peace Valley Cemetery in Anderson, Missouri. There really were just so many characters and roles on the show. I mean, the show was on for so many years, and hundreds of actors made appearances during its 20-year run. But these are the cast members that I've been able to find here in the Southern California area so far. If I've missed any of your favorites, please let me know in the comments section below. And this week I'd like to give a shout out and a very big thank you to my newest Patreon supporters, Jennifer Neal and Donald Ryan. I also want to give a very big thank you to existing Patreon supporter, John Broussard, for recently increasing his pledge. Thank you so much, Jennifer, Donald, and John, for your very generous contributions that really help make these trips possible. So until our next trip down memory lane together, happy travels, everyone.